Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Road Sodas. My name's Eddie. Chris is sitting across from me, and Nate's still in his house.
Little mix up this morning. Not a big deal.
My people didn't talk to your people. It was a mess.
Listen, in the time of the corona, things happen.
Yeah, our brains are all fried from the heat.
Yeah.
What are we, like 197 days of 100 degrees
Dude,
now?
it's over 100 and it's October.
Yeah, October rung in and it's still 105.
Wrong. This
It better go wait. It better go late next season again. At the end of the season.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Nice and cold in March.
There we go.
Another odd thing that's happened is we're all drinking Wren House except for Nate for the first time.
Yeah, Nate's the only one not drinking Wren House today, which is interesting.
Nate's
I'm drinking a world-class beer, though.
Nate's playing 4D chess.
What are you drinking there, Nate? What do you got?
A Bell's Two-Hearted Ale. Fresh from, what's the big store called? Not Bevmo, but
Total Wine.
Total Wine.
Is it fresh? Did you check the dates?
I didn't bother because I didn't care.
It's still priced pretty good, I'm sure.
The apocalypse is happening then. Nate doesn't care about the born on date.
I know. I was going to say we're screwed now.
All these signs of the beer apocalypse is happening.
The only thing holding our reality together was Nate's adherence to the born on date.
Yeah, no longer. Not even a big deal anymore.
Nope.
Did it sit on the dashboard of your car when you brought it back to?
Oh, yeah. I made sure it sat directly in the sun.
That's a good call. Oh, so Ed, what do you got over there?
I have Perseverance. This is the West Coast IPA from Wren House. Obviously, they don't put ABVs on their cans, but
Nope.
we could look it up, but I can't be bothered. But it's
Do they really not put ABVs on the cans?
They never have.
Not one.
Nope.
I've looked multiple times, even though I know it's not
Must be on the Valley beer.
Nope, go get one.
Wow. All right.
Go get
Well,
your old
I'm going to take your word for it.
This Nate's talked about their space-themed artwork. This also has a moon rocket on it.
Yeah, it's a moon rocket, Ed. That's
So
what
I
it
have
is.
no idea what this is in relation to. Is it does Wren House want to leave this planet? Are they done with it? Are they
Yeah.
going to go colonize Mars? I don't know what's going on.
I'm with you. Let's do it.
What was the name of that one again, Ed?
Perseverance.
Perseverance.
And I have a delicious mandatory
Oh, yeah,
Casual
that's
Fridays.
the West Coast.
Yeah, that's the West Coast one.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm
So
sorry for
So
Go
I
ahead.
when I was ordering them, I actually was like, ooh, a West Coast, and then there was another one, and I was like, I should get this West Coast. I was thinking about branching out and getting one of the other beers, like one of the table beer, the Table Mesa. I was gonna get that, and then I saw this, and I was like, ooh, it's a West Coast. I haven't West Coast in forever. I'm gonna get that's a throwback to a West Coast. That's what I felt like. So I was like, man, ordered. So I did get the Table Mesa beer. Did you get that?
What
No, I didn't get that one either.
What was there? What was odd about the West Coast? Wasn't there something in that West Coast though that I was like, wait, this might not taste like a good West Coast?
Well, I'll look it up.
No, you look it up. I'm gonna talk about the one. Other one
Anyway,
I got.
how was it?
I got
How
the-
was it, Ed?
It's good. It really. I don't want to say grassy, but it has that dryness to it. It's not grass, but it's along that line. It's not like what was that red or Pueblo Vito?
Like
one
resin
that was,
in there?
No, not resin. It's super crisp and
Okay.
clean. It just has
it?
that grassy hay kind of flavor to it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mean to grill you on it, but I was like really on the fence with that beer, and I was like, because I really want, like Chris, I was like, I really like a West Coast IPA right now, but I didn't get it, so I was curious to know what you thought of it.
Yeah, it's slightly malty, but it's not very sweet. It doesn't have that malt sweetness to it, but it has that malt body, if that makes any sense.
No, and
Yeah,
I think
no,
the
it
other
does.
ones that I tried of it, like when I was drinking it, same kind of thing. I was hoping for a really resiny West Coast clear, and it wasn't really that. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad beer, but it's just not. I'm flashing back to Green Flash and some of the other beers that are just West Coast staples, and that wasn't it. So
Okay, good to know. That's what I wanted to hear. It made me feel better.
I'm drinking mandatory Casual Fridays, which
Ooh.
the artwork on this is pretty awesome. Like if you saw their artwork, it was basically it's like a bunch of cactus with flowers, and the different cans are and a sunset in the background there. Maybe it's a sunrise. Who knows? But they all the different cans have different colors. Like this was pink or fuchsia, maybe. I don't know. Whatever color that is.
And the 4-pack came with Four
all of
different colors, right?
Yeah, so the 4-pack came with each color, so I actually have different. I was hoping maybe they'd be different, each one be a little different, but they're not. They're all the same ones. At least they tasted all the same. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are different.
Yeah. Does the artwork change the flavor?
No, it tasted good. I like this one. Actually, it's a double. It actually tastes pretty like kind of like papaya and stuff. It's actually very citrusy and fruity in that asset. So I like it. I thought it was good. I'll say this: I drank a couple of these the other night, and I got really schmammered. So it was a good time. That's what you do during the beer apocalypse. Just drink. It's whatever you want.
So on this one, it's here's the profile on Untapped. It is Sinagua malt barley, bark pills, flaked oats, and malted wheat.
There, that's for the Perseverance.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, there should be no flaked oats in this West Coast.
Citra in the boil, and they switched the yeast from the English strain to a hybrid of American English yeast.
Maybe that's what they said in their description. I was like, wait, what?
Well, the flaked oats seems weird. Like that seems a weird addition to a West Coast.
That and their little note about the yeast strain there. I'm like, that was what they might have actually mentioned in their email. Where I was like, I don't know if I want to try a 4-pack of that.
Yeah, usually flaked oats too is like the staple of a New England IPA. That's how you get
the mouthfeel.
Yeah,
right, and the haziness a little bit too. But
yeah,
that's
so it seems like it seems weird to switch from the New England IPA yeast, but then to do flaked oats. So maybe that's why it has kind of a
weird combo.
I'll have to try a can. Thankfully, Wren House is selling single cans now, which I think is neat.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool too. I saw that on the order page. I was like scrolling through. I was like, single cans. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, the shop has been doing single cans too of their stuff.
Speaking of which, I actually had some of their business ethics again recently. They released it again. It was really good.
Did they?
Yeah, I was super happy with it.
Good follow up. It didn't drop in the second.
No, it was good. I think this might be the third release of it. I think.
Really? Okay, tight.
I
Well,
think
that's good. They're still making it.
But it's good. It's
They're
really
like-
good, man.
They're like, people liked that one. Why do we keep making it?
Right? And I saw it at Arcadia Premium had it, and it was gone within a day. Because I saw it and I was like, sweet. And I put it in my cart and I did something and forgot about buying beer. And I came back and it was sold out. And I was like, no. So,
Dude, worst feeling.
yeah. Luckily, my buddy was going by there to get stuff. So he was like, hey, do you want any business ethics? I was like, yes, I do. Please get me some. And then next time, don't even ask. Just buy it. And then I will definitely take it.
Yeah. Don't ask. Just buy it for me.
Yeah.
It's a yes.
Yeah. That's how it works. So what else has been going on? You guys, I saw Ed went and tried all the Phoenix New Times best everything.
No, I didn't. That was not my goal list. I just happened to pick one up.
Oh, okay. Like you went through and were like, I'm going to go to 12 West Downtown Mesa and try their food because I hear it's really delicious.
So now that it's below 110 at 8 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
we've been going down to downtown Mesa and walking just to be nerds and catch Pokemon.
Yeah, there you go.
So we do that, and then I don't remember where we were going to go, but we walked by 12 West, walked by Desert Eagle too. There was one person in there, which was made me kind of sad.
The server or the
Yeah, I couldn't tell if they
Yeah, the person working.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went to 12 West, and they won best bar food for Phoenix New Times.
Yes, which is I always think it's funny when Phoenix New Times gives other cities awards. Like Phoenix is like, we've done this for so long now, we don't even care about our restaurants. We just go outside to I get it's the Valley, whatever, but it's just called Phoenix New Times, and you're like, should be about Phoenix, I thought.
But there's that weird, I think it's more of the older generation, like people who lived in Phoenix when it was like 1 million people. Because for people who don't know, Arizona in the 90s went from like 1 million people to like 7 million people in 10 years. So it wasn't a very big town as far as like major cities, and it's grown
a lot.
exponentially. And that's half the reason why we don't have any breweries. We have like 120 maybe now. And 7 million people in just the Phoenix area?
Yeah.
Or no, that's just Mesa, I think.
That's just Mesa. Mesa's huge compared to Phoenix, too. I think Phoenix is a little smaller population-wise, I thought. We talked about this one time in the past, and maybe I was wrong, but I just feel like Mesa's just... Maybe it's just because Mesa's... The landmass of Mesa just sprawls in this weird shape that it's just so much bigger, but... I mean, all the new developments out here, too, I guess.
But before I got sidetracked, there's still that group of people who were here that consider Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, Tempe, Phoenix.
Right.
They consider it the valley is one entity.
Right. Yeah, that makes.
And I think that's kind of what New Times kind of sticks to.
Listen,
it's like,
New Times, make a Mesa New Times.
Yeah,
and
Mesa-
make a Tempe New Times.
you know, print isn't dead. We need 7 different
Individual.
free magazines.
Gilbert New Times. I think
Yeah.
that's fine. Listen, I got some ideas. Call me Phoenix New Times.
Yeah, Gilbert New Times. See what horse feed is in season this year.
There you go.
So unsustainable.
Uh,
1 issue to 7 issues
listen,
for this guy.
the yearly break. Maybe this break. Maybe listen. I didn't read the Phoenix New Times this year. Is it broken down by city? Like, is that?
No,
does it
this
say
was
Mesa?
just best of. It was just categories.
Oh, okay. Well, I've seen the best of. I just can't remember from previous ones that if they break it down by West Valley or.
No, I think they've done like smaller ones where they've done it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, these are the 10. Like they always do the like 10 best outdoor places, and
Right.
that's usually everywhere.
Around the line. All right. Well, cool. Well, good for them. I can't remember who else. Oh, speaking of which, the shop won
Yeah, Shop One Best Brewery.
Best Brewery, which is pretty awesome. And talking to those guys, I mean, they just figure out how they're doing during all this and dealing with Corona and their tap room being closed. But for the most part, like we said, Arizona's hot, and most of their seating is outdoors, anyways. And so, they're basically saying that they really haven't had they haven't seen much difference because of that. Because they're not basically people aren't sitting down outside, and so they've had a lot more time.
Summer's slow for them.
Yeah, I mean it's a slow time in general, so they've been actually able to focus on other things like actually making more beers and different kinds of beers and trying beers that they normally wouldn't be able to do because they need to pump a lot of beer out through their tap room. They can actually have some beers that sit in a tank a little bit longer, so have some stouts or some other beers that need a little bit more tank space and time. So pretty excited about that. Looking forward to trying some of those beers too, to tell you the truth. I mean, I know when we made our beer with them, we talked about that. We talked about making a stout at one point, and that was kind of the problem is that they just didn't, at the time they were a lot smaller, and they didn't have the room to actually have a beer sit in there for that long. A bummer, but totally understand. Get it. Cool for those guys, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, and they've been consistently doing what they do for quite a while now. Like they branched out and they introduced that Neonic series and like the business ethics, which we told that story was basically a cheap dry run on their new system.
Right, the new canning system.
Yeah, the new canning system. So they didn't want to invest a lot of money if something that they were going to potentially dump, and it ended up being one of their best beers.
Which is, and it's
hilarious.
Funny, like, when we were talking about brewing a beer with them previously, there was some kind of resistance to canning it, right? Like we talked about it, and they're just like, yeah, I think we're going to go with a bigger bottle format, or we can put it into crawlers or whatever, and we can do it ourselves. And, we kind of, I feel, we kind of convinced them that they should go to a 60-ounce can.
Yeah, they hung on to the crawlers for probably one of the longest, bigger breweries. Like the smaller ones, obviously, that's all they do because they can't afford to do the canning, or they're not big production enough to do. But because even when the shop started, I think what they do 300 cases of our beer.
Yeah, it was a lot. They remember they did a ton. They had
So they went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah, real fast. It was like they made a ton of it, which was awesome, and it sold really well, so that was good too. But it's just more of the, I just thought it was really interesting that they were kind of like on the fence about canning, and then they start canning, and now everything they get is in cans. So let's take a little bit of credit for that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we'll take all the credit.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Please. Absolutely.
But sticking with downtown Mesa, Mike's Pizza, which is inside Cider Core, won Best Pizza from New Times.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
Yeah.
Their pizza's pretty good. I've had a few times I've been in Cider Core.
Which is becoming like a mini co-op now, because Mike's Pizza's inside Cider Core. They have a coffee place inside Cider Core.
I saw that. I saw the sign for that. And I was like, there's coffee here too? Like, that's kind of cool. Well, good stuff. Well, you want to take a break real quick and then come back and...
Do we do breaks on this show?
Yeah, we do. Oh, no. Wait, this is the Road Sodas.
Yeah,
we don't do breaks
on this show.
I do have a question, though.
Okay.
Has anyone been cruising Instagram and been offered the opportunity to invest in Lock Heel Brewing?
Holy shit.
I mean,
7 times a day.
Nonstop.
Okay. Has anybody yet invested in Lock Heel Brewing here today?
Negative.
No.
Does anybody know anything about that? I mean,
It's a weird, like, third-party company that
Yeah, it's not even like a Kickstarter or GoFundMe, or it's like a completely different one. And then But I think somebody else told us that that's the way they started out though too, right? It was actually like a crowd-funded.
I
So they
thought
started the
it
brewery.
was crowdsourced
Yeah.
initially.
All right.
But I don't even know what's going on with them because when the whole pandemic started in March, April-ish, when people were basically counting their eggs to see how long they could last or where their investments were or what was
Right.
going on, Lockheed pretty quickly shut down and then decided they're going to go to production only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it seems that they're opening the tap room back up again. So I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going with that production model or if they're going back to being a tap room.
I just feel like this is like Office Space where the guy's like, I
He's
always
taking pennies off the dollar. Nobody's going to notice.
No. He's like, I always put the comma in the wrong spot. Like, you know, like they were like, we're only gonna have 3 months, and then they realized it was like 30 months instead. Like it was like, oh, put that decimal in the wrong spot. I guess that 30 is different than 3. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's funny because I went on a beer tour during the recession at Stone, and Stone was like, I know a lot of places are closing down or not really making it. It's really tough for them. Let me tell you what, we don't want to jinx it, but we feel like beer is recession proof because we're only growing and people are really evidently sad about this, so they just drink more, I guess. So,
Well, that was going to be my question to you guys. Do you think there's any breweries who are going to stick with the just to go model? Like not even open for seating and just be like, here's basically a drive-through liquor store?
maybe. I mean,
I definitely that planned on expanding that won't.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Unless you're Oso, State 48.
little O's or whatever's that
Yeah,
called now. Yeah, I saw
yeah.
it. Oso's blowing up.
State 48, I think, just announced they're doing another. So I think that puts them at 8 now.
That's crazy.
8 tap rooms?
I think, well, they just opened or they're in the final processes of opening in the old Gordon Biersch at Santan.
Oh, okay.
I've never had a State 48 beer in my life.
Neither have I. They just started distributing to
Oh, I have.
Total
on
Wine?
On my other, I'm doing a weird little plug for you guys here. On my other podcast I do, it's called Hoppy Lager Boys. We went the gambit of all of the.
just went to the lager house.
Just went to the lager house and just chugged them because I mean they're the originators of lagers, so it made sense. That's where we started.
Is that what they do? Lagers?
The lager house place does.
I don't know if that ever took off because they were supposed to have a specific lager house that was going to have like 4,000 lagers on tap,
Yeah.
which sounds like a dumb idea because lagers aren't that.
No.
different.
Dude,
No, you're just lost. We just lost all of our lager listeners. We just lost the loggers.
listen, they're gonna go to my Happy Lager Boys new podcast, so it's all good.
We just lost all the lager listeners.
Dude, I saw somebody posted, I don't know if it was on Twitter or Instagram, but somebody said, like, it was a post and it said, Dear breweries opened in the last 5 to 8 years. There are other beers besides Hoppy or hazy IPAs. And I was like, nope, it's not true.
Not true.
I'm like, there are, but nobody buys them.
No.
I mean, not in the quantity that us hazy boys are doing it. You know what I'm
Us
saying?
hazy boys.
It's just funny because, like, all right, listen, if you're gonna buy 3-4 packs of a lager and it's gonna be $70, would you do that?
It depends.
That's the
What?
thing. It's the price point for lagers still isn't there.
Right. Like
It
the
just
lagers
isn't.
were like way. I mean, but that's the problem is if you get them way down, they're gonna be. It's basically, it's the same price as Bud Light and stuff. You know what?
And not everybody can be like Tombstone and pay $4 in rent, so they can charge like $8 for a 4-pack of
It's
like a
insane.
super light beer.
That's crazy.
Because what was it? That Tombstone Light was like
Yeah.
$8 a 4-pack.
It was crazy
It was
how
like-
cheap it was. I don't know.
But
It's the price point. I just there's no way I'm ever gonna be like with an IPA. I can be like, all right, listen. There's lots of ingredients in there. The hops are expensive. I totally understand why this is cost me $70, right, with shipping and all other crazy stuff. But I just can't.
Lagering takes time.
Yeah, but I don't.
Time
care
takes
about-
money.
I guess I just can't justify that in my brain. That makes it taste better. Also, I don't like lagers, so
Well, that's the main problem, right?
yeah, that's true, I guess.
Chris is that guy. Chris is that guy on Untapped. 1 star. I don't like this style of beer.
Yeah, this style beer is gross. Listen, anybody that listens to this show for any period of time understands that I try to give lagers their fair share. Also, farmhouse ales. I'm still not a big fan of farmhouse ales either. I cannot. None of them taste good to me.
Hope John's not listening to this.
I've told him this. He knows this. And then he said he was determined to find one that I would like. And I was like, I would love for that to happen. I would love for you to find a beer that I don't like, and you find one that is good, and I do enjoy it. Because I'm open to new things. Nate knows.
Well, we drink like a ton of his beers, and you like them. Are those not farmhouse beers?
No. So,
are you talking about like literally like a farmhouse?
No. Like the farmhouse, yes, farmhouse style beers. There's some of his beers that they make.
You mean like the funky farmhouse, like a funky farmhouse beer?
Yeah, I don't like those. All the ones that they make that I like a lot from them are all the beers that are sours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then they're IPAs.
Dude, who wants a Meyer right now?
But like all the farmhouse saison style, not a big fan. Farmhouse a little less. I like a little bit more than I like saisons. I don't like saisons really at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again,
I need some Meyer in my life.
There could be one. I don't know.
I need some Meyer.
I saw they're brewing it again.
Yeah, I saw him dumping all the lemons.
Yeah.
So. Me one. Excuse me.
Oh man. What else has been going on in the valley? Anything fun?
Trying to think. Well, like we said, Oso opened up another location called Little O. So does that mean Little Outpost?
Dude, every time.
Or Little Outrageous?
I think somebody was asking about that.
Is it Little Outrageous or Little Outpost?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's like bar none and bar
none, bar none.
Barnone.
Barn one.
Barn one. My thought is like every time I see Little O's, I didn't think of SpaghettiOs for some odd reason, especially because of the orange color. And
is that like the knockoff SpaghettiOs, the dollar store version of Little O's?
Yeah, I was like, huh. So it's really hard for me to equate that to Oso every time I see that because I see posts of it on their page, on their Instagram or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, that's right. That's
quick, Nate. What does Oso stand for?
I have no idea. I won't even try. Outrageous Sports, honoring.
It's outrageous homebrewers something outpost, something like that.
Okay,
I think it's Social Outpost.
Social Outpost. That's
outrageous homebrewer Social Outpost.
Yep. Yeah, because the original Oso was like a really homebrew thing, and actually, I think I had a friend that was part of Ash back in the day, and they used to. You could get a membership at Oso through Ash, and then you could actually go in there and use their brewing equipment. You'd basically have to like sign up for it kind of thing and like schedule time that you were able to go and brew on their system there, which was kind of cool.
That's sick.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool idea. So I'm pretty sure that's why Oso is as big as they are because they have their involvement with the homebrewing community. I'm sure. I mean, that's probably has a lot to do with people just talking about Oso in general, around the valley and getting the word out. So, I mean, also they made good beer and the food was delicious too.
No doubt.
I want to say
True that.
You used to be able to. Sometimes they would actually put some of the homebrewers beer on the tap, right? That's how it kind of started out. Because like I remember going there and like there's always some kind of like rotational tap that like a homebrewer made.
Yeah, I know they've always had like a connection to, or at least they used to, like a homebrewing connection. And I never went there before then. Like I think the first one I went to was like when they started distilling. Like that was the first time I'd ever been there. I had heard about it, but not when they had the homebrewing roots.
It was fun. And actually, without that Oso, the one that's over in Arcadia, which I think is the original one, that one used to be a place called the German Corner, and it was a super dive bar. And the guy that owned that owns the sausage place next door. It's still there. And we'd go into that place, and it was like they had like 3 German style beers on tap. I don't know. It was crazy. It was fun to hang out in there. But we just go in there and play pool and darts and drink some cheap German beers. So,
I want to go to that place in like Cave Creek or north wherever Scottsdale. It's like Edelweiss or something like that. Beer gardens.
No, I haven't heard that.
Something you can get the big old mug, the big old 1 liter or 2 liter or whatever. And
so like our own local Oktoberfest.
Exactly. Justin Evans, our friend there, regularly goes to this place.
Oh.
Is he planning on buying it?
Yeah, right. Probably just making one like it, not like it, but like, something with German beers. I think. Anyway, I'll have to find it. I'm going to find the name of it real quick because now I know I have it here.
Yeah, you looked that up. So speaking of Justin, I guess it's kind of a happy, sad note that friend of the show, listener, I think, before my time, Sammy's leaving Wandering Tortoise.
Yeah, I saw that. So I saw he's doing a bunch of other cool things though.
Yeah, he's moving. It's not like he's quitting or like he's entering rehab and good luck to him. No, he's leaving for bigger and better things, which obviously that's. I'm sure it's maybe not on his schedule, but it doesn't seem like there's too many people who are looking to be bartenders for life. It's kind of like a transition thing,
right?
But I mean, he was there for quite a while.
He was.
So I don't know if this was his plan. It seems like it is since he's doing so much. So good luck to him, and I guess we'll miss him.
Yeah, I love going in the Wonder Doors and seeing Sam there and be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" and BS him for a little bit.
Yeah, he's always super talkative and always in a good mood. And I mean, Justin's always built those places with great people. So
yeah, I think that's definitely. I mean, the amount of places they have, but the people there are always really cool too. So it makes you not necessarily even want to go visit just for beer, but you actually want to hang out and chat and try some of the stuff they have on tap. So
yeah, and that's a underreported thing of the bar staff influences your experience heavily. I think more so at craft breweries because not a lot of them serve food, so you're not going there to eat and spend. It's one thing to spend 2 hours somewhere eating and drinking, but going somewhere for 2 hours like us alcoholics to drink.
Yeah, right.
Like those conversations do fill the gaps, and that experience does help. And when those people leave, you're like the first time you go somewhere after a bartender's left, you're kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah, right.
People make the place a lot of times, and especially in that guy's instance. I'll never forget the first time we met Sam. Chris called him by another name.
Dude, I called Sam. I can't remember what it was. I don't know at this point.
I don't know either.
I have no idea what it was. But Nate and I went. We literally drove all the way over there. Called him the wrong name all night long. And he was so cool. Never corrected me once, which is ridiculous. He should have.
Right there.
And then we go back, and then I think we had him on the show, and I learned his name was Sam. I remember how we even got I figured it out. I go to Nate, I was like, his name's not Hank, or whatever I was calling him. I have no idea what I was calling him. But yeah, like, and I apologized to him. He's like,
such a cool guy.
No, don't worry about it, dude. Not a big deal. I was just like, I feel like a piece of
such a cool dude. No, Justin hires a lot of cool people, and he has a good eye for talent because a lot of the people that he works with him seem to go on and do cool things.
Well, then, I mean, I think it speaks a lot to you as an owner too. Like, you usually hire people that are somewhat a reflection of who you are, and so you want those people working. I mean, you're not going to hire somebody that's completely opposite of you, right? So, I mean, that's kind of the thing is you hire people that are like-minded and have the same kind of ideology as you, and so that says a lot about a business. And if you want to spend time there and your money, I mean, really, it comes down to that. So,
well, yeah, look at like his partners, like Tony and Shay. They're like almost mirror images of Justin in certain aspects,
right?
And then Todd is like Justin turned up to 11.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like it's like Justin multiplicity,
right? That's true. We have a recording of talking to him, to Todd before he worked at any of them, right? Before he's any part of it, and then I can't remember the other guy's name too. Another server there, bartender, and they definitely took it up to about 11 during the podcast. And so we had to cut it for time at one point, so we didn't release it. So, but it's somewhere in the vault, I'm sure. Maybe if I get some free time, I'll go look for it.
And then this one I didn't know about. King's Beer and Wine has been sold.
Really?
Yeah, and Mickey's leaving.
Wow, that's weird.
He's going back to the East Coast, so I don't know if he's doing other things or personal reasons.
Well, I always wonder, like, when somebody takes over like that, like, how does, like, somebody that doesn't have passion for craft beer, but they're just trying to, like, have a business, like, I think a lot of times some of the decisions you make for some of the beers you're going to get are going to be good decisions business-wise, right? In the traditional sense. It's like, if you look at it on the paper, it doesn't make any sense to get this beer in or to have it on the shelves. But in the long run, for a lot of things, like, I know if I want a certain beer, I can go to this place and they're going to have something on the shelf, right? If I want something that's going to be a big barrel-aged stout or, some barley wines or just some other sours or whatever, I know certain places I can go and they'll have stuff like that, right? And those are the things aren't going to move right away, but they're going to have there's longevity to it. And there's definitely me telling people, word of mouth wise, that you just can't, how do you put a value on that, right? So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think that was the weird thing about like King's before like the big boom here. People would go in there and be like, "What is this stuff?"
It's
Because it was stuff that wasn't mainstream even in the craft beer
right.
community at that point, and because it started as a convenience store and then they expanded into
Yeah.
like a tap room, right?
Well, I said yeah, because like I went to King's a few times, and they got really popular when they started doing crawler fills. Like they were doing some crawler fills of some beers that just people weren't doing, and they were getting kegs of things. It's kind of like how Justin, right? The they were just in these kegs of beers that nobody else in the valley were getting, and you get a crawler fill of it, and it was insane. And so they started to put limits on that, and then Nate and I think we were down at Puebla Vita, and we came back from Puebla Vita, and it was like the opening of the expanded bar on the side of it. And Nate and I drove all the way downtown from Puebla Vita. After we come from Tucson, drove all the way downtown and went there and hung out and had a beer. And we actually saw, I think we actually saw Weedy, right?
Yeah.
That's who we saw on that. That was pretty interesting night.
Yep.
It was like, I think it was,
Yeah.
and it was right around when Strong Beer Fest was happening. I think Strong Beer Fest was like the next day or two.
Yeah, Weedy and all the Dark Sky guys were in there.
Right, because they did that collab with.
Yeah.
That we
All
actually,
aboard the hop train or something like that.
Yeah. We went down there to get that beer because they're doing a release there.
The first time it came out.
I mean, if you think about that, you have a Tucson brewery doing a release in Phoenix for Strong Beer Week, at King's Beer and Wine. So it's pretty awesome. It's kind of the same aspect as I keep seeing pictures of it. Beer Zombies has a bottle shop in Vegas.
I know.
And I keep seeing that and being like, maybe we should go to Vegas and hang out. Like, everybody keeps mentioning go to Vegas for a vacation. I'm like, not a big gambler. But I'm like, ooh, Beer Zombies? I go hang out at Beer Zombies tap room and have the beer too. He's got probably some crazy stuff.
Seriously.
So
That'd be awesome.
I'd be in for that. Ed, what else is happening?
Just reading up. So they did a collab with Goldwater.
Oh yeah.
You say hello, I say goodbye. Whatever that Beatles song is. I just had it up.
That was Beatles.
You say goodbye, I say hello. A band by the name of the Beatles. You ever heard of them?
No.
Yeah.
Different podcast. That's a music
Little
podcast.
band.
That's our vinyl podcast. We're going to start with Jeff. I saw him busting out his vinyl, so we'll get that turning. Haha. Get it, turntable, vinyl.
No. It was way funnier when you didn't have to explain it to me, Ed.
It's not a good joke if you have to explain it.
No.
Fuck. You say goodbye, I say hello. That's the Goldwater collab with Mickey from King's. And if you look at their social media, they talk about him leaving. He's moving back to Philadelphia.
Gotcha.
Or moving to Philadelphia. I don't know if he's from Philly. 15 years.
Wow. Well, that's
for a craft beer bottle shop.
That's pretty awesome. It's a good run. I keep looking at Goldwater, by the way, to see if they're going to make a beer that makes fun of the brewery from South America.
Oh, that stole all their property?
Yeah, we keep that
or the intellectual property.
I keep waiting. I know. We'll see. They're very smart businessmen in general, so I don't know if that'll ever happen. But I really just want them to just little things here and there, just little digs. Like it's got to be something like super subtle that they'll hide in a graphic somewhere.
Yeah, it'll be subtle in the artwork or something. Cause I remember what was it? Was it Strong Beer Fest when we were talking to Jordan when he was still there?
Oh yeah.
And Dylan was watching. He's like, nope.
Nope. Don't answer that. Yeah. Stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. They're very smart in that aspect, and it makes sense to the business. But I really want them to just kind of their people are stealing their stuff. Why would you not just kind of just a little jab back at them? Just kind of, and I'd love for them to that company to take that whatever it is and then reprint it
and not know
it. That would be. That was please let that happen. It would just be the best,
Like a phrase that doesn't translate well in the local language or whatever it is.
Yeah, they name the beer, and then when you put it in, when you translate it, it says the worst thing. I guess it's doesn't. Yeah, that'd be really good. Listen, Goldwater, I know you guys are nice people, but if you want to hear some horrible stuff you might be able to do to these people, give us a call.
Yeah,
we have some ideas maybe.
We're good at pissing people off, right?
Always.
Since it is October and we dated ourselves,
it is true.
Do you want to know what Uproxx thinks is the best craft beer to chase down this October?
Yes.
What?
Are you a big fan of Uproxx?
What's up, Doug?
What?
Oh, wait.
Got him.
So it's regional too. They have like one per region, so it's kind of like a March Madness thing. So from the Pacific, the Pacific Ocean,
Oh.
you know that place, right?
Yep.
The Pacific Northwest drop.
I peed in there once.
Deschutes Rip City Lager. Do you know what Rip City is, Chris? You won't.
No, I don't.
It's a nickname for the Portland Trail Blazers.
Oh, yeah. I don't. Listen, unless it's like early '90s Chicago Bulls versus the Pistons, I don't really.
Yeah. Did you have your
early Shaquille O'Neal and the Mavericks?
Did you have your teal and purple Charlotte Hornet starter jacket?
No, I know a lot of people that did though. A lot.
Oh, I miss the starter jackets. I wish those would come back.
They still make them, I think.
Not the puffy ones though, with the
pullovers.
Yeah,
the lined pullovers. That was just like the color of the team, and it had like the big giant logo on it.
Yeah, so it's Deschutes Rip City Lager. Weird that they start with a lager for October. Yeah, 4.8%. Like I said, it's named after the Portland Trailblazers nickname. I have no idea why it's called Rip City.
Somebody message us and tell us why.
Yeah. The beer itself is Pilsner's malt, unmalted wheat, hopped with a combo of lemon drop, crystal, and Hallertau.
Yeah.
Mittenfrau hops. Mittenfrau, sorry. What's an umlaut? What does that make?
Yes.
What sound does that make?
Depends which one it is.
Mittenfrumlot. There we go. We'll call it that.
Yep. All right.
The Southwest drop. Anybody want to take a guess?
Four Peaks Kilt Lifter.
Nope. Close, kind of.
Santan Wiener Dog.
No. Southwest drop is Sierra Nevada Celebration.
That's actually a better pick than both the ones I just said.
Yeah.
Also, not
that's
bad.
not bad.
That's more west than southwest. But
Yeah, because that's...
like, I feel like California should be in its own category a lot of these times because, I mean, West Coast in general, San Diego County has more breweries than we have in a state. So for us to even be in, how would you compare any of our breweries to one county in California versus the whole state of California? You know, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, even like even from San Diego to San Francisco are two different planets. So.
Right, 100%. Right? Like, listen, I'd be okay with us being in like a Nevada, Utah, that kind of New Mexico. I'm okay with that. That's
the dirt region. Is
the
that
dirt
what we
region.
call it?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Let's just call it the Southwest, which is what it is. I don't think of like the Southwest being California, even though they shot a lot of westerns in California, I guess. But I don't think about that part of California. It doesn't exist. It's literally just ocean and coolness.
Yeah, the West Coast should be Washington, Oregon, California. Is that right? That's all the ones that touch the coast?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
My geography's pretty good.
Yeah. Oregon touches the coast too, right?
That's what I said. I said Oregon,
Oh.
Washington, California. Your
Yes,
geography's not good.
Well, no, my hearing's not good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, this is the category we would probably be in. The Rocky Mountain Drop.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Jagged Mountain Sticky Icky. Ever heard of Jagged Mountain?
No. I've heard of Sticky Icky though.
Yeah, so is Nate. But
Bet you did Panama.
But the
I listened to
stickiest of
Dr.
the
Dre
ickiest.
in the 90s too, all right?
Listen, I love the Chronic, the album.
I love that Dr. Dre. Funny thing is, they use the Jagged Mountain Brewery uses the what's the stupid signs for the national forest sign?
Oh,
The weird shape,
Yeah, the
like
forest-
Wilderness
the
does.
forest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's a West Coast IPA again, October, and all these.
West Coast.
It is up rock, so
Yeah.
6.1%.
Oh, quick side note: Dr. Dre isn't really a doctor, in case you're wondering.
Do you have proof of that?
I mean, yes.
I'm sure he has to have an honorary doctorate from
He
somewhere.
probably does. He probably does. Never mind. I take that back. I retract that.
Yeah. You don't want to get. Yeah, I mean, he's in court right now, so you
And I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to be
get sued
litigated.
for
Like,
libel.
yeah.
Allegedly, he's not a doctor.
Allegedly, that he's not a doctor. He's a doctor.
How did he and Dr. Dre exist at the same time? Because there were two Dr. Dre's, remember? God, we're so old.
Yeah. I don't know.
Remember Dr. Dre and Ed Lover on the UMTV Raps?
Yeah, well, it's because, it was Dre. We just call him Dre. You talking about Dr. But he was Doctor. That was full Dr. Dre, though, right? And then
I
there's
think
I was
so.
like 7 or
Dr.
6.
Dre. There's Dr. Dre and the Dr. Dre. That's
Yeah.
right.
So this one's Jagged Mountains in Denver. It's a throwback West Coast IPA, 100 pounds of Chinook and Cascade hops per batch.
Wow.
Doesn't really
man.
tell you unless you know how big the batch is, though.
Yeah,
That's true. Good point, Ed.
Yeah, but
That's very misleading.
listen. Also, why this is October? Why am I even caring about that beer?
That's true. It should be stout season, right?
Yep.
Listen, it should be look, it's
In
getting
October,
cold.
at least it's not full of pumpkin beers, I
Yeah,
guess.
that I mean, touche.
The Southern Drop, Family Business Beer Co. Hamilton. I don't know what the name of the beer is or the name of the brewery.
Wait, is that the musical Hamilton?
Yeah,
It's a collab with that musical.
yeah. I'm not gonna miss my shot. Right? Have you seen Hamilton?
Yep.
No.
You haven't seen
Try to
Hamilton?
start
Nate?
it. It's too much rapping and the. No, I just.
The guys with the rapping and the dancing and the.
They was just talking about how old we were.
I know.
Offhandedly.
That's
And
your
then-
generation. Nate.
Nate's like, nope.
No, I listen
I
to
don't like-
Is there not enough auto tune in it for you?
I listen to like folk music and stuff. I don't.
What's up, cool kids? He's like, he's with Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, fellow young kids?
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. It's the best.
No, yeah, and they started rapping, and I was like, "Oh, are they gonna do this the whole time?" And I was like, "All right."
It's a musical. Yeah, they,
I could tell they were talented. And it's probably a great show. But it just wasn't like my. I have a certain type of ear that doesn't hear that kind of stuff very well.
Nate was probably
Like I
pissed when
actually
he saw
listen to
Groove.
regular hip hop, but there was something about the way they were doing it that just was like, "I'm out of here."
it's just the rhyming part.
Yeah, the history part.
It's too much rhyming. Yeah, it's too much rhyming. I don't know. It's not that.
It's rhyming.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't give it a good chance. Maybe I was in a bad mood.
Listen,
Maybe I
my
should
wife
sit
was
down.
watching it in the background, and I was listening to it offhandedly while I was doing something else. That's my. I have no room to speak, I guess. So I didn't watch it really either.
Yeah. See, there we go. Yeah. Leave me alone.
But I've heard it all the way through in the background. So
Oh no.
mean a little.
First
so
15
the,
minutes.
so the name is Family Family Business Beer Co.
That's the name of the brewery.
Yes.
Never go in there. There's got to be a short name for that brewery. Somebody, if you know the name of that short name of that brewery, message us because.
And then they do the weird.
call it that.
The funny thing is, it's Family
FBB.
Business Beer Co. And then they do the weird circular logo, and the two outside circle words are family and business. So the middle say Beer Co. So if you read it top to bottom, it says Family Beer Co. Business.
Oh God.
So sort out your fucking logo work.
What? Just call it TCBC. Wait, no, taking
No,
care of
okay.
business.
Yeah.
What's that? Taking care of business.
Well, there
No,
is a TCBC here, right?
Damn it, that's transplant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's TBCB.
TCBY ice
Yeah.
cream,
Oh man, we're all in trouble.
CBGBs.
Yes.
What?
So many acronyms.
So many things
the
way
appendix.
before your time, Nate.
Show is derailing.
See the appendix for this episode.
Yeah. See their list of acronyms.
Yeah.
It's like a trade board in here. ISO, FTP, OTC, FDA. Yeah. Skip that beer. It doesn't give a lot of details. The Midwest drop, relevant to what Nate was drinking.
Bells.
No, Black Note.
Nope.
Damn it, that'd be really good.
Bell's Best Brown Ale.
Yeah, I mean, okay. It's a brown ale.
Boom.
good,
American Brown Ale, 5.8%. At least we're getting into darker beers,
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
That's the first dark beer on here. Dark chocolate, caramel, crusty bread, pine resin, blah, blah. It's a brown ale.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's
All
good.
right.
It's a good brown ale.
All right, Nate. Put you on the spot. Northeast drop. Who you guessing?
Boy, I don't understand. I don't have like a list to choose from.
Well, it's from your list. What's your Northeast list?
For the fall, what beer would you drink? Like right now, you're like, I'm going to the Northeast, and I'm going to drink a fall beer.
Oh.
What beer would it be?
Yeah, I'm going to Southern Canada.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd still like a lunch. I'd still like a main beer company lunch.
Not
But I guess-
dinner.
Allagash White.
Chris got the brewery
Ooh.
right.
Yes.
Allagash.
All right, Allagash. Okay, hang on. Let me get the beer. All right.
Nate's searching
No.
malt.
No,
His
my
eyes
head is
crossing.
coming up. The white's all I can think of off the top. Well, that and the hue. The hue whatever.
Nope.
Uh,
It's a Belgian stout.
That's the name of
Ooh.
it.
North Sky. No, that's the style.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's a horrible name for a beer.
Allagash North Sky.
That's a cool name for a beer. Then I take that back. Haven't had that one from them.
Bitter coffee, dark chocolate, maltiness, fruitiness, vanilla in nature.
Nate's in. Nate likes that beer.
Yep, I'm in. I'm sorry. I'm down.
It's not barrel aged, so he probably would like it. It doesn't say anything about barrels. Or
Is it barrel anywhere in the
doesn't say
description?
barrel anywhere in the description. Nate might try it.
The base is a matrix of barley, wheat, and oat malts that's fermented with Belgian yeast. Layer of Northern Brewer and Cascade hops, but they're not the star of this show, which clickbait.
Doing this podcast for this long now, I know a few things about Nate. One, Nate does not like barrel aged stouts. He also thinks I'm a freak for drinking sour stouts.
Well, we both think you're a freak for
I
drinking
mean, well,
sour stuff.
everybody does thinks I'm a freak for drinking.
Well, you have a
Not
very
everybody.
very misguided perception of it because you usually take two beers that are really good from a brewery and you mix them together.
Yeah, a good sour beer and a good stout beer to mix them together. I also drink other sour stouts that actually are sour stouts, and they're really good. So, just saying, it's delicious.
Do you want to know what the wild card is?
Yes.
Sounds
Is
terrible.
that Florida? It's a wild card, Florida. The Southeast? That's the wild
No,
card?
it's just a wild card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was no Southeast, was there?
No, we all like to pretend there's no Southeast.
Just went with we'll just lump them in with the South, those lunatics.
No.
Upslope Spruce Tip IPA.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's piney because of the.
I want to try it. I'd like to try it. Spruce tip. All
Yep.
right.
But like, again, that's all it seems. I mean, listen. I guess you can't really please everybody because if that list was all fall beer, like stouts and porters and stuff, we'd be like, oh, this fucking list is all
Yeah, this
porters
is
and
stupid.
stouts.
It was easy.
Oh, what are they gonna do, pumpkin beers in here?
Yeah.
And then since they didn't do that, they try to do something different. We're all like, well, what the? Why is this full of IPAs and lagers? This is stupid. So I guess you can't really win either way. So
I get at least I get the like spruce tip. It's very
Yeah,
fall,
that's fall and
out in
piney.
the woods.
Woods.
I fucking hate spruce tip beers because they taste minty to me.
oh.
I don't like them because Wilderness does one. I think Dark Sky has done one, and they just did one. But yeah, I don't like spruce tip beers. Fuck those things.
I don't mind them. I enjoy them.
That's weird.
All right, this is going to be a tongue twister. The international pick of the month. There's only one really guess. The only international beer people know of.
Modelo.
Yes, nothing says October like Mexican beer.
Guinness.
No, craft beer.
Oh. Guinness Blonde.
There's
Stones.
a bottle of it.
If
sitting in the
Stone's
fridge.
craft beer, Guinness might as well be craft beer.
Huh?
In my fridge?
I think so. There should be. Not of this beer, but
Oh.
of that brewery.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's got to be a stone beer then.
International. Stone's not international. They
Yeah,
failed in Germany,
well,
didn't
It
they?
used to be.
I mean, they kind of. I mean,
It's not from the U.S.
I have a sticker that says Stone Belgium on it or whatever. It's
Berlin.
Yeah, it says Berlin.
It starts with a B.
Thank-
It's close. He's close. Okay, we'll give that one to him. Yeah, I don't know.
This is embarrassing. We're just going to have to quit the podcast now.
We're not an international beer podcast.
It's
We're-
the only international beer we've drank.
No,
he said.
we've drinking more international beers than whatever you're just gonna say.
The only one that matters to people.
Oh, the Heffenbrau.
No, what? Fucking Cantillon.
Oh, that one's really good.
It is good. It is tasty.
Which one though?
Damn it.
Paul.
Now I got to try and say it.
Yep,
Cuvée Saint Gilles.
yep, nailed it. I feel like that's what it is.
Gilloise.
Isn't that Giselle?
No. Well, Cantillon, so it would be Gilloise.
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 Yeah. All right.
G and Y's together. Guis.
Listen, if you're French or Belgium and you want to tell us what that actually means,
Yeah. Anyways, it's a
Yeah,
5.5%
moving on.
lambic. Zwanza Day. Does that ring a bell?
is that a festival or is that a holiday in Europe?
It says another Zwanza Day has passed and a new Cantillon lambic has arrived. But since you can't really get their latest release, Betrave, a beetroot steep lambic.
Wait, what did you just say? Beetroot?
Yep.
Ah,
Brett Ra. It's Brett. It's basically spelled Brett Rave.
it just tastes like dirt.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
A beetroot steep lambic, so it tastes like dirt and because beetroots taste like dirt to
Yeah,
me.
it just tastes gross. That's what they taste like to me.
You can't get that in the States. We're calling out another Cantillon classic, the iconic Brussels Brewery Cuvée Saint G. We'll just call it Saint G since we're all G's on this show.
Yeah.
It's the perfect entry point to Belgian sours, and you can get it in the U.S. without too much trouble. The 2-year-old
Wait,
sour lambic
wait.
is steeped with
You say treble or treble?
trouble.
Treble.
Turn up the treble. Turn
Treble or
down the
treble?
bass.
Treble.
Look out! Be on the lookout for our hip hop. We're gonna do breakdowns of rap songs on YouTube. Catch all them bars.
Oh, damn.
The 2-year-old sour lambic is steeped with German Hallertau Mittenfreuen hops, whatever the fuck that's called. Listen, I am the non-white guy talking about European
Why
stuff.
are you doing this, Eddie? Why are you...
Trying to improve my speaking abilities by just putting words and letters that don't go together.
Full of marbles.
I'll put the words in the notes, and then you guys can send us messages on Instagram of you saying them. And,
Yep, we all know. How
and if you
awful we
know,
are.
I do have German friends. Maybe I'll send it to them and ask them to pronounce it and
there
send
you
a
go.
voice clip. There's a clear sense of the acidity, minerally, and mildly funky, unblended lambic with a flourish of floral hops on the nose. The hops really mellow the harsher edges of the tartness with a mild pine nature next to the note of clove spice and orchard fruit. The fruitiness marries brilliantly with the bitter and floral nature of the hops, making this a fantastically refreshing sip of beer. Does that sound good to you?
End quote.
Yeah,
like I verbatim read the back.
I did. Why would
No,
I not?
stop.
No, that was me. That was my sister.
Are you just trying to milk? I feel like you're just trying to milk time for the show at this point. I'm going to read the entire label.
Yeah, I was hoping.
I think
you
we've done well if you ended. We don't have to listen to that.
I can cut it out. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Did any of that
God.
speak to you though? That was the purpose of reading it. Like
None of it.
Yeah, not really.
Well, yeah, no, it did. I guess it did.
maybe when I get my certified beer server Cicerone,
Yeah,
maybe it'll be more enticing for me to read those things.
possibly.
Which I will never do because I'm not paying for that horse shit. So.
Hey, listen. We'll find somebody to pay for it.
Oh, can we get a sponsor? If you know anybody who will sponsor us to get our certified beer server thing, we'll gladly interview them and can then completely bash the Cicerone thing.
The
right?
process, the
Yeah.
Cicerone process. All right, yeah. Hey, maybe we won't them. Maybe we'll change our tune. It'll be great.
Hey, it's the American dream. You pay enough money, you can achieve anything.
Yeah, there
Just
you go.
ask Lori Laughlin.
Yeah,
Or-
perfect. All right, guys. Well, I think we should wrap up. I'm out of beer. Ed, you're out of beer.
I'm out of
Nate,
beer.
you still chugging that bottle of?
I drank it all.
Yeah. Well, then we definitely should end.
Oh, great.
Yep, I think it all.
Here's this disaster. Nate, where can people find us?
Dude, at Hoppy Craftsman on Instagram and Hoppy Craftsman on Facebook. And hoppycraftsman.beer on the interwebs.
Yep.
Well done. So I read that whole synopsis for the Cantillon, so I could bring up the Patreon supporters, which are Zach Dominguez, Jessica Langley, the Indie Beer Show, Cindy. I fucked that one up. We're just gonna cut that.
Like old people. That's a bad name.
This is gonna be the best part of editing you ever seen. Cena Gomez, Rob Fulmer, Mark. God, I'm getting stuck on everybody's name. Mark Ballesteros and Anthony Bracamonte. We are
Thanks, guys.
working on glassware, getting that out and getting them shipped and
Yeah, trying to figure out the best way to ship
yeah. So
two glasses to somebody
Yeah.
in the mail,
Yeah.
and not have them be broken by the time they got them.
Here's one thing though: if you are local to Arizona, message us on Instagram, and maybe I can drop them off somewhere or
Right.
meet at a brewery to give them to you, so we don't have to ship them. Risk of breaking them.
Yeah.
So I can do that. We can do what's it, contactless. Just give me your address.
off.
I'll go drop them at your doorstep. So let us know if you listen to this, and we'll reach out to people who are local and be like, hey, let us know your situation. Maybe we can drop them off, and then
Right. I think once we figure out maybe how to ship something easily, whatever, we'll. I think we have some extras too that we're gonna probably sell to people in the community, and we're gonna try to actually do it pretty close to cost and basically make a little bit of money so we can actually do another line of glasses as well. We have some ideas we've been throwing around for other glassware we want to do, and so I think that's the idea is to basically have this glassware pay for the next batch of glassware as well, and to get out to people. So once we figure out how to ship stuff and figure that out, we'll we'll put up a note about how to buy them. And I actually had people reach out to me already and ask me how they could buy some. So we're working on it. That's the short of the answer, I guess.
Maybe we could sell them at the shop or something.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe we can figure out.
Like do a pop up.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe we'll figure out a day we can go hang out someplace and just do a glass sales.
And if people want to join Patreon, Chris, where do they find that?
It's patreon.com/Hoppy Craftsmen. There's actually a couple different tiers, cool stuff on there. We send out stickers that you actually get inside. Look at some of the photos and stuff we take. We haven't done that in a while because we haven't been going anywhere. So, people that are on there right now, I apologize for that. But yeah, it's just the time for it. We can't really go and talk to people a lot of times, and so we haven't been taking a lot of pictures behind the scenes, and so we haven't been getting that. So
I can only take so many pictures of the studio.
Yeah, I mean, just sitting here with a dog doesn't really do a whole lot for most people. I don't think. You see it once, you see it 100 times.
Yeah, exactly.
But cool, good show, guys.
Thank you.
You too, Nate. I guess.
Yeah. So rate us on
Yeah.
rate us on your local platform, iTunes, Stitcher. Does Stitcher and Spotify do ratings? Who cares? Rate us on Apple iTunes.
Definitely.
For this episode, we'll give Chris 3 stars because he made the effort to come to my house or the studio. Give me 1 star. Give Nate 1 star because he was drinking bells. And that'll equal 5 stars. And tell us your favorite beer in the comments. We don't need a review, just a rating.
There you go.
If you've seen The Social Dilemma, you'll know it's all based on algorithms.
Just rambling now.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thanks. Let's just wait for somebody to cut me off.
It's a good show.
Yeah, good show, guys.
All right. Later.
Thanks for listening.
And